to the medical professional type person I was sent to by a referral for something that I guess they don't do. And instead of telling me they don't do that or that they could tell me, who does do that, just tried to gaslight me the whole time. It was supposed to be an au- au- autism assessment and just obsessed over PTSD, like it was an either or equation and only one could be present. And wouldn't let me talk about any of the concerns I actually had, many of which were were about s- socializing, and kept saying, well, a lot of people with PTSD have trouble socializing. She thought it was weird that nobody in therapy in the teens brought up that I might be autistic, but didn't think it was weird that they didn't bring up that I might have PTSD. And just kept asking about n- nightmares, which don't particularly have. So now I know why nobody brought up PTSD after some Googling, but right, uh, I had a point. Um, to all of you medical type people who want it to be PTSD and only PTSD, or ADHD or anxiety or whatever, and just don't want it to be a possibility that there's autism. PTSD doesn't tell me why I'm like this, because I didn't have PTSD in first grade, and I thought I had friends. But as I would learn many times, just because people act friendly doesn't mean they're friends. I don't have the experience of being invited to very many birthday parties, but I sure don't have the experience of not going unless I had no other choice. And I or my mom or someone would have said I wasn't going if I were invited and I couldn't go. So tell me how PTSD explains why nobody showed up to my birthday party in first grade, and why my mom wasn't prepared for that eventuality. It's not like they all said they weren't coming. Just had an empty table, and my sister, who is 6.5 years older than me, went around the neighborhood and gathered up her friends so I would have people at my party. So please tell me how my social weirdness is because I have PTSD. Because My trauma hadn't happened yet, so it can't be the reason. Nobody came to my party, and it can't be the reason. That the only person who came to my 8th grade party was the person I invited because I felt bad because she didn't seem to have friends. And I wouldn't be the least bit surprised if she came because she felt sorry for me. Or maybe she was one of the only people who noticed I barely spoke the entire school year. I didn't have a truly close friend. Except maybe my preschool best friend, who was my neighbor. And I have a truly close friend until I was an adult. I tried to be like my brother. I tried to be like my sister. I tried to be like this, that, and the other to fit in, and I never could. And if that's not masking, I don't know what it was. And I just want to understand why. And I want I want to know what I want to know what it is that makes it so hard. Because I am struggling, and I thought I had more or less unmasked, but I'm so tired of being. I don't even know how to be my work person anymore, and I didn't think that was masking. I thought we all did that, but I'm just so. I'm struggling, and I don't know how to fix it because I don't know what I need because I don't know why. And if I had a diagnosis, at least I might have a way to figure out what I need. I can't even ask for an accommodation or a support because I don't know what I need. But now I have to go back to the beginning and find a new general practitioner because nothing's going right with this clinic, and I can't even get the follow up blood test for my thyroid, and the doctor ordered that, and he referred me for autism assessment, but like I don't know if he referred me to the wrong person or it's the person who keeps messing up my prescriptions and blood tests somewhere in the back end. I can't keep doing this, and so I have to find a new general practitioner, and I have to get a referral again, which means telling another person who is not the person who's going to assess me why I think I need to be assessed and convincing them, and I don't know them, and I don't know if they'll believe me, and I don't. Yeah, are you my emotional support cat? It's usually your brother's job. I already had a breakdown earlier, so Goat Peter thought I was better, and he left me alone, so that's why he's not here. I have had so many bad doctors, and I thought I found a good one. And yeah, the back end stuff sometimes got messed up, but she would fix it. But then she had a baby and she didn't come back. And I thought the new guy was good, but then he said something that made me think I might be his first ever Hashimoto's thyroiditis patient, which is not comforting. Not that he can't do it, but now I can't get the follow-up blood test, and I'm having hot flashes, but he doesn't think it's perimenopause. But if it's not perimenopause, then is it a goiter? I don't know. Or do I just have my grandmother's double chin? Well, I've always had her double chin, but it seems to have gotten a lot worse. And I can't stand temperatures above 63 degrees. And something is pressing in on my airways. And so I need a referral to an endocrinologist too. But my endocrinologist, oh, I'm not sure exactly what happened, but I'm pretty sure his visa was revoked. And I have to get a referral for that too. And I'm not sitting at a great angle for it to not look like I have a giant double chin. But I'm not sitting up. I'm leaning back, and I don't have the energy to sit up. I have had so many bad experiences with doctors, and I thought I found a good one. And now I have to find a new one. And I have to find one where they're not gonna have some nurse who. So many people at this clinic are great, but she hates people and she's so mean. She told me my blood tests were normal. They weren't. And now I can't even get in to do the follow-up blood test, which would be with her. Just, I'm not as exhausted as when I went in for exhaustion last year, but my thyroid's if the exhaustion was all due to my thyroid, then my thyroid's not better yet. Or not well yet. It's better. I am nowhere near as exhausted as I was. But I'm pretty darn tired. And it's a kind of physical exhaustion that I've never experienced with anything but this thyroid issue. This is bugging me. I will not pick at it. I will not. It doesn't do any good. I've picked at it. I've picked at it plenty. It's just there. That's someone else I need to get a referral for, a dermatologist. Why do we need referrals for everything? I know that I need an endocrinologist and I know that I need a dermatologist. Why does it have to be so hard? And why do I have to live somewhere where I can't just do all this shit online? I know why, because I can't breathe in big cities. And if I don't have a goiter, then I need to see somebody about why my asthma's getting worse, because I can't take reactive inhalers. And I can't not get thrush when I take Cuba. I seem to be completely incapable of it, even when I think I'm brushing my teeth really well afterwards. And I hate every little sensation about brushing my teeth. Mouthwash. So maybe I'm not doing it well enough, but I don't know how to. Why is it so hard? And I have to find a new dentist. She suggested I might want to just do like a clear choice type thing, except I went not to them, but to like an independent guy who does the same thing. And he told me that he would highly recommend not going to any dentist who told me to even consider having all these healthy teeth pulled. I'm really tired. And I'm trying, but I can only do so much in any burst. And I already tried the doctor thing and the dentist thing, and I have to start over. I have to start over. And I need to do it soon because I'm not even taking one of my pills anymore because of all the prescription bullshit. He renewed that prescription for me at the same time as all my other, yet somehow it didn't go through, and they keep telling me I need to make a doctor's appointment when I try to do that. It's fine. I'm only taking it so I don't have massive gushers on my period. That's not a problem, right? I just. I'm struggling, and I tried to ask for help, and it didn't work. And it's really hard to keep asking. I learned a long time ago to just shut up and hold it in, and I'm trying to not do that. Being an adult sucks, but that makes it sound like I was getting the medical care I was supposed to be getting when I wasn't an adult, which. But I wasn't in control of it, that's why adulting sucks more. Yeah. Somebody gave me this sign. I don't feel very much like the top half of that sign right now. I'm always the bottom half. I don't know. I don't know. Just. I'm not keeping up the status quo. And I can't not get some sort of help. Even if it is just a diagnosis that doesn't change anything but helps me understand my brain. But have so much trauma dealing with medical people. That didn't start when I was in first grade either, so that's not why I can't interact with people like everybody else seems to be able to do. In case, the lady I talked to is watching. Medical trauma is also not why I think I might be autistic. And maybe I'm not, but there's obviously something. Bye.